lager. G'day guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a tasting on Mountain Culture Beer Co.'s Dolly. They sent out almost 200 kits for Australians who entered the competition to brew the same beer. The other part of it is that they needed to make a new label to promote the beer and put a little bit of a spin on what they've actually made so they can change it a little bit and make it their own. I'm here to taste my version of it, which I live streamed it, and I'm going to do a grain to glass video in the next few weeks. So all I'm doing today is tasting the beer, comparing it with theirs, and hopefully seeing the differences. This is a brew of my own doing. I made this in a live stream just recently and pretty much let it age a little, and now it's ready to drink. It smells awesome. It's basically what it is Mountain Culture Beer Co. sent me this kit. It's an all grain kit to just play with and have fun with. Now, they've held a competition in making this. They've had 200, I believe, competitors Australia-wide, and they brewed this exact beer. Now, they sent it to me because they had one left over and there was nobody else who bought it, so they asked me if I'd like to try it out, and I said, of course, yes I will. And like I said, I've done a live stream making it, and there's a video coming up that actually shows me making the whole thing right down to grain, from grain to glass, so hopefully you enjoy that. They sent me a sample beer that they have for this competition. I used their ingredients and some of the salts that they supplied. Granted that the pH for this was a bit too low. It was about 5.01 or 5.1. It doesn't really matter so much, but I didn't get as much of an efficient mash when I did it. But still, it smells beautiful. Doesn't smell dirty or dry. It smells like their beer. It smells really nice. And citrusy, of course. Now, I have tasted this when it first came out, and it wasn't awesome. It was a bit too bitter for my liking. I want to taste it against their product, but first I want to check the colour difference. I know the lighting isn't great in here. I'll open up their version. I'll fill this glass up to the same height. Now, the carbonation obviously is a little bit better than mine, but overall, well, actually, wow. Check it out. The colour difference is almost negligible. It's almost no different. Look at that. How good is that? So far, so good. Product looks nice. My one looks nice against theirs. It might have just been my pour when I poured it. I know you've got a bit of lacing happening there, but that doesn't matter. Almost the same height. They'll even out. Now, should I try mine or should I try theirs first? I think I'll try theirs. Very citrusy scent, strong, nice smell. Comparison, that does smell a bit more homemade, but overall there's a little bit of I don't know what we would call it. It's probably because my pH is too low. No, I'll try this one first. That is a nice beer. Fruity, really smooth, really nice flavoured, not bitter, really that bitter at all. Yeah, good tasting. Sweetish, a bit of a sweet blend to it. Wow, that's nice. That's obviously a nice beer. I'm going to be drinking this at 7%, so I've got to be extra careful. I've just come knocked off work and kind of don't want to drink too much because I'm probably a bit dehydrated from all the work I've done. Okay, down to mine. Mine has a bit of almost a caramel note to it, a little bit. That one had pretty much the same. It's actually quite the same. Definitely a bit more of a bite to it. This one has a bit more of a bitterness. Mine's 6.7%, theirs is 7%. So it turned out okay. I'll send this a sample to these guys as well if they haven't seen this video. Yeah, definitely got a much bitter flavour to it. Oh, pardon me. Now you have to forgive me, I haven't got a mic on me. The Rode Wireless Go 2 that I had has failed. So I had to send it back to Rode to get them to look at it and repair it and maybe replace it. So a bit of a disappointment. Right, yeah, taken away from that, this is much nicer. This is good. It's bitter though. Got a smack of bitterness in it. I'm not sure why. I'll have to look into it and find out why that happened. Could it be because of my whirlpool? At the end, I chucked in the hops at 80 degrees Celsius and whirlpooled it and kept it at 80 degrees Celsius for, I think it was 15, 20 minutes or something like that, half an hour, I'm not sure now. And the recipe called for that. And then I did a dry hop at third day fermentation. Still had a Traralgon on, so it sat on top of the Traralgon. In my grain to glass video that I'm making, that will come up in the next couple of weeks, I'll have a full recipe on this and show you what I did. You'll see what I did wrong and why it tastes so different. It was not really a big difference. Definitely a bitter difference, but all those other little flavours are still really good. This one's more fruit juicy flavoured. Does that make sense? Little smidgen of bitterness. All the flavours are there. The colour's pretty much the same. Mine's just a tad darker. Probably not much difference. Had nice cloudiness right through it all. Same as that one. I mean, it's really quite close. Lacing? No lacing. Oh no, it's happening. So I'm not disappointed. I am actually very happy with this beer. Probably the best beer I've ever made, and probably the best tasting beer I've ever made. So really happy with that. I'm going to bottle some of it and send to a few people and see what they think. Yes, it's definitely got that little bit of a bitterness. It's almost like a citrus bitter. So a citrusy bitter flavour from the citrus rather than from hop boiling. So I can really taste it now. It really does taste like a citrusy bitter flavour, not a hop bitter which you normally get. I don't know why, but anyway, what are you going to do? This one definitely doesn't. I'm using this as an excuse to drink this. You know that, don't you? Yeah, that one definitely doesn't have that. It's a lot less bitterness. It still has that fruity flavour, just like this does. And I can taste the caramelisation of both. So that's not too bad either. Not much of it though. There's not a big deal of it. I'm not sure if it's competition worth. But I think next year, when Mountain Culture Beer Co. do a new competition, I'm definitely buying a kit and I'm going to enter. I'm going to try and do it and see how I go. I'm going to work on my water, the pH balance of my water, and see what I can do there. They required it to be 5.4 pH, where I did it at 5.1, not meaning to do it. I just used the salts they used. I did a calculation before that to find out what I needed, and I actually needed a whole heap of different other salts and less of one and more of the other, but I didn't use it. I just did it the way the recipe said, which next time I'll do it my way. But anyway, both beers, beautiful beers. Mountain Culture Beer Co. are awesome people. Check them out. They are there for the community. They work hard to work with all our home brewers, and they're kicking it in the guts. They're actually absolutely brilliant. These guys, I thank you very much for the beer kit. I thank you for a keg of beer that I made out of this. It's actually really nice. And for the cans that you guys supplied me to compare with. Really, really nice. And also guys, I'd like to thank Lachlan, absolutely great bloke. Young fella who's obviously switched on, knows what he's doing. Put me in touch with these guys, gave me what I needed and set me on the track to new types of brewing. I'm going to do more water chemistry work to see if I can get the chemistry right. I will be using mineral water and I'm going to use the right salts to get my pH right and balances in the minerals that come with the water. So this was the Mountain Culture Homebrew Competition in 2021. It looks like Nick Hobbs was the winner of this competition, and congratulations mate, well done. It's absolutely hard to make something like this, and it's really good to have a company in Australia who is promoting this sort of stuff and this sort of competition. We don't get it a lot. I will definitely be joining a competition next year through these guys if they're going to hold it again. Great beer that I've made, great beer that they've got. Both of them taste really good. Really happy with the results, and I think it's going to be a good beer. Cheers guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. I know this is a weird one, but we'll see you on the next one. Cheers guys, see ya.